Types of changes. Learning about natural and man-made changes, useful and harmful changes, quick and slow changes, reversible and irreversible changes, and periodic and non-periodic changes. As you all know, change is law of nature. If we observe things around us, we find that practically everything is changing. We observe the change in temperature from morning to evening to night. We observe weather changes. We get so accustomed to these changes that often we do not pay any attention to them. So, today we are going to study types of changes. There are many types of changes. Let us study each one of them. Natural and man-made changes. Natural changes are like the change of season. There are some natural changes in the weather. In winter season, during autumn season, trees' leaves turn yellow and fall. After some time, when spring weather comes, we see the trees giving out tender new leaves again. In summer, we see the raw mangoes turn yellow and ripen. The ripening of fruits, the rotting of vegetables, the rusting of iron, the curdling of milk are examples of changes taking place in these substances. These are called natural changes. On the other hand, man also deliberately brings about some changes. They are called man-made changes. Making yogurt and ice cream for milk. Cooking food are changes that we make deliberately. Useful and harmful changes. Now, when the substances are changed, some are useful and some changes are harmful too. Like we make a sickle from iron, rusting of the sickle blade, charring of popped corn, making flower pot from glass, breaking a glass pot, roasting of chapati are all examples of changes. Now let us see which of these changes are useful and which are harmful. Changes like ripening of fruits or the blossoming of trees are useful changes, while changes like the curdling of milk, the rotting of vegetables, or the dusting of iron are harmful changes. However, every change has some causes that bring about the change. This brings to our notice some other characteristics of changes. Quick and slow changes. Some changes occur instantaneously while some take a long time to happen when explosives or crackers are fired. The charge in them burns in an instant. If we wash clothes and dry them, it takes much longer time to dry. It takes hours for milk to change into yogurt or ice cream. A matchstick catches the fire the moment it is rubbed on the side of the matchbox. Reversible and irreversible changes. Some changes can be reversed. For example, wax in the solid state at ordinary temperature. If we heat it, it melts. When we cool it, it becomes solid again. This means that the melting of wax or heating can be reversed on cooling. Changes that can be reversed by removing the cause of the changes are called reversible changes. However, some changes cannot be reversed. For example, when we light a candle, the wax burns and changes into gases. The wax cannot be brought back to its original form. Changes that cannot be reversed are called irreversible changes. We can make yogurt from milk, but the yogurt cannot be converted into the milk again. We can cook rice, but cannot change the cooked rice into the raw again. These changes are irreversible changes, periodic and non-periodic changes. Example of the clock is best to understand periodic changes. Periodic means happening again and again after fixed intervals of time. As the hands of the clock go round, they come back to same position after a fixed period of time. The minutes had come back to its starting position after every 60 minutes. Now, let us see non-periodic changes when the time that passes between changes that happen again and again is not the same. The changes are said to be the non-periodic changes. For example, in the sea, tides come again and again after definite intervals of tides. Thus, these changes occur repeatedly. Periodic means happening again and again after fixed intervals of time. The occurrence of a storm is not related with the time when the earlier ones occurred. The time that passes between the two storms is not always the same. Storms, tsunami, earthquake are examples of non-periodic changes. Remember, some changes that take place in our surroundings are useful while some are harmful. The study of change helps us to understand the causes and effects of changes. The change that can be reversing the conditions that had brought about the change is called a reversible change. A change that cannot be reversed is called a non-reversible change. Summary: changes occur around us all the time. Changes can be classified in various ways. Some of the types of changes are natural or man-made, useful or harmful, quick or slow, reversible or irreversible, and periodic or non-periodic. So that is all in this lesson. Till then, keep learning.